Shopping for Fanatec gear is like trying to order off a menu in a language you don't speak. You see acronyms like CSL, DD, Club Sport, Podium, and QR2, and you have no idea if you're ordering a steak or a side of fries. But here's the truth. Fanatec sells the most popular sim racing hardware on Earth, not because it's the cheapest, but because it is an ecosystem. You aren't buying a wheel, you are buying a Lego set for adults. If you don't understand the rules of that Lego set, you will accidentally buy components that physically fit together, but electronically refuse to work. So in this video, I'm going to decode the entire product line into 3 simple categories. I'll give you the security key rule that solves console compatibility forever, and I'll tell you the specific order you should upgrade in so you don't waste money on parts that don't make you faster. Quick housekeeping, I've dropped a link to the official Fanatec store in the description. If this breakdown helps you figure out your build, using that link supports the channel directly at no extra cost to you. First, let's solve the anxiety, compatibility. If you mess this up, you are left with expensive paperweights. The confusion happens because Fanatec handles Xbox and PlayStation completely differently. Think of compatibility like a security guard. On PlayStation, the security guard lives inside the wheelbase, the heavy motor part. If you want to play on PS4 or PS5, you must buy a base that is Sony licensed, like the GTDD Pro or the Club Sport DD+. If the base has the chip, you are safe. You can attach any steering wheel you want and it will work on PlayStation. On Xbox, the security guard lives inside the steering wheel rim. Use whatever wheelbase you want, it doesn't matter. But the rim you click onto it must be Xbox ready. The moment you click an Xbox licensed rim onto a base, it tells the wheelbase, I have the key, let us in. And if you are on PC, there are no security guards. Welcome to the party. Now let's look at the hardware. Fanatec organizes everything into 3 tiers, but I don't look at them as good, better, best. I look at them as the Smart Start, the Sweet Spot, and the Flex. Tier 1 is CSL. This is the Smart Start. The CSL DD is basically the stand-up for modern sim racing. It is a direct drive motor, meaning there are no gears or belts to dilute the feeling. Out of the box, it gives you 5 Newton meters of torque. That is plenty to replace a Logitech, but the secret weapon here is the boost kit. It's a power supply that unlocks 8 Newton meters. 8 Newton meters is the magic number. It's the point where you stop just feeling the steering and start fighting the car. If you are budget conscious, you can buy the 5 Newton meter version today and upgrade to 8 Newton meters next year. That is the beauty of the system. Tier 2 is Club Sport. This is the sweet spot. This is where you land when you decide sim racing is your main hobby. The Club Sport DD and DD Plus range sits between 12 and 15 Newton meters. Why does that matter? It's not just about arm strength, it's about dynamic range. A 12 Newton meter base can show you the tiny vibration of a flat spot on your tire while you're wrestling the car through a high-speed corner. It doesn't clip the signal, but be careful, 15 newtons meter will disassemble a cheap particle board desk. You need a real rig for this. Tier 3 is Podium. This is the Flex. First, a warning, do not buy the old DD1 or DD2. They are outdated tech. The new king is simply the Podium DD. It combines a massive 25 Newton meters of torque with the new full force haptics. In straightforward terms, 99% of people do not need this. You buy this because you want 0 compromises and you have a cockpit built like a tank. It creates an endless signal purely because the motor's never stressing, even at maximum load. Now, let's talk about lap times. If you have a limited budget, do not blow it all on the most expensive motor. The motor gives you immersion. The pedals give you consistency. The standard CSL pedals are fine, but they rely on position, how far you push the pedal. We want to move to a load cell brake. This is found in the CSL load cell kit, or the Club Sport V3 pedals. A load cell ignores travel distance and measures pure pressure. It mimics a real hydraulic brake line. This allows your leg to develop muscle memory. You can't memorize 3 inches of travel mid-corner, but you can memorize 40 kilos of pressure. This is the only upgrade that is guaranteed to make you a safer, faster driver. Finally, avoid the shiny object syndrome. Once you enter the ecosystem, you will see magnetic shifters, handbrakes, and fancy button caps. It is tempting to buy everything at once to make your rig look complete. Do not do it. Here's the math. A shifter and a handbrake cost nearly 400 euros. That is the exact price difference between a basic toy setup and a high-end load cell brake. Remember, the accessories add fun, but the base and pedals provide the speed. Prioritize your budget on the core hardware first. Upgrade the rest later. Here is your purchase roadmap. First, secure the correct wheelbase for your console. Second, ensure you have a load cell brake pedal. Third, upgrade your torque, the boost kit. Only then should you start looking at fancy rims and handbrakes. Follow that order and you'll build a rig that feels professional from the start. Check the link below for the current bundles. Fanatec changes them often, so that's the best place to see the real price. Subscribe if you want to drive faster, and I'll see you on the track.